like to share a tip with you today on how to repair a tire if you are to get a tire cut while on a ride. Tire cuts are different than tire punctures because they actually leave a gaping hole in your tire, and so they require a little bit different procedure for repairing.
So let's say you're riding along and all of a sudden you hit a rock or a piece of glass. That is not a cool sound while you're riding your bike, and especially if you're going down a hill and it happens to be your front tire. You can see in this particular tire, our culprit was a rock.
Yeah.
And you can't really see the hole, it's right there above my thumb, but it's actually all the way through the tire. It is a cut. So what happens, if we were to put a new tube in this and blow it up, the tube will actually start to protrude out this little hole, kind of like a piece of bubble gum, and it will pop. So there's just too much pressure on that thin little bit of tube. So what we have to do is called booting it, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Before I forget, I want to mention that once you fix this, head immediately home. And still be careful going down hills, stuff like that, because you just got to be smart. You don't want to get another flat going down a big hill or something. So the secret is plugging this hole so that the tube doesn't come back out through it. And this is where old George Washington comes in. You can also use a goo wrapper, or probably just about anything else that you can find in an emergency. Dollar bill works really good. This is how I just rode home right here. Don't be a freaking cheapskate. Just take the dollar bill out and shove it in your tire. You'll get it back later. But what this does is this acts as a layer. We have our new tube in there. New tube is in there. Hole's right here at the tip of my thumb. This acts as a layer between the tube and the tire. And so this is really hard to kind of do one-handed. But you want to lay it in there nice and flat around the tube, which I can't do with one hand. But anyway, get it all up in there. Very neatly get the dollar bill up in there between the tire and the tube, and get the bead down over it. That way it doesn't move. Install your tire as usual. Wish this video wasn't so dark. And very carefully inflate it, and look, you'll actually be able to see inside the hole. You'll probably be able to see your dollar bill through the hole, and so make sure that everything is correct before you go riding home.
That's how you do an emergency repair if you are to get a tire cut from, say, a piece of glass or a rock while out riding. Once again, you can use a dollar bill like I did. You can use a goo wrapper, basically anything that will create a barrier between the tire and the tube so that your inner tube, when you fill it full of higher pressure, doesn't come right back out the hole again. So always carry a dollar bill with you, and that way you can get some water if you don't get a flat. So anyway, that's it for this video. We'll see you in the next one.